Welcome to my successful how-to videos. Today I'm going to share tips for longevity of your sink disposal, both maintenance and repairing if it's not working. When it's working, you flip the switch and you can hear the characteristic noise. And here it's a good noise. There is almost no parasite noise. Before we go into the repair, let's share a couple of tips for the longevity. Running water each time that you use it is paramount. Be careful to what you introduce inside, especially no fiber food, no bones, nothing too hard. And a trick that the professionals are using, every 2 weeks you put some ice cube and you run the disposal. That's very important for the longevity. So now let's pretend you flip the switch and you hear nothing. Well, before concluding that you hear nothing, you need to listen if you hear a humming noise or really nothing. If there is really nothing, that means that very likely the breakers have a switch off and you need to rearm the breakers. I would always start with the house breaker. So here I have simulated and you can see that this one, so when it's disarmed, it's going to be about halfway. So you push it completely to the right and then you rearm it strongly. And you make sure that they are completely pushed. Then there is at the bottom of the disposal, so I'm showing the full one, there is a second breaker that typically is pushed off, again, if there is no humming noise. So that right button, you are going to push it back completely, so upwards with your finger. At this stage, you should be hearing the humming noise again. So either it's working completely and you are done, or you hear the humming noise. If it's the case, and your disposal is equipped with an Allen and key at the end of the shaft, actually Allen socket, we are going to use that Allen socket to rotate manually the shaft and the fingers. So I put the Allen wrench. In general, it's a 1/4 inch, and I rotate. It can be harder or lighter based on the situation. You may want sometimes to put an extension to your Allen wrench, like a copper tube, which is going to give you more torque. And you need to rotate as hard as you can to unjam the disposal. That may have happened, especially if you have not used it, for example, during 1 or 2 months. In case you don't have the socket at the end of the shaft, that happens with the less expensive disposal, you can see the fingers. There are 2 fingers that are opposite. Those are the fingers that are throwing the remains of the food against the abrasive portion of the inside of the disposal. So you need to unstuck them, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So you can use 3 tools to unjam the fingers. The only tool that you should never use is your finger or your hand inside of the disposal. You never know, it can start, even if the breaker is off or the switch. I never put my finger. So with the plier, with the long screwdriver, but recently I've found that this basin wrench, plumber wrench, which has a 90-degree folding and a grip, is very likely the best tool that I have ever used to unjam those fingers and to get them to rotate freely. Unfortunately, it may happen that it's way too stuck, especially if you have not used the disposal for a long time. In that case, the only option is to change it. So, as a summary of the steps, we did the breaker first, then we did the Allen wrench at the end of the socket, and then we saw the manual alternative in case you don't have the Allen socket at the end of the shaft, with the screwdriver, with the plier, and with the plumber wrench. I hope that you have found this video very useful. I am a property manager and I have about 20 disposals that I am taking care of, and I have a lot of experience. So the tips that I am sharing with you are real life tips. In case you need to buy some of the tools or even, unfortunately, a new disposal, there is an affiliate link below the video, and you can order some of the parts directly. There is no commission to you. And of course, as always, you can ask all the questions and I will always answer to your questions. So thank you very much for watching this video. And I have many more very successful how-to videos that are based on my real-life experience at analyzing problems, troubleshooting, and fixing things in a very inexpensive manner. Again, thank you very much, and I hope you have enjoyed this video.